Hello everyone, my name is Demi and I'm a senior student who's majoring in Design Media Arts at UCLA. In this video, I will talk about my experience as a transfer student at UCLA. I transferred in fall 2020 and I'm in my first quarter in person right now. I will talk about what you can expect after getting admitted and also my honest experience at UCLA. Lesson 1, I talk about the timeline after getting admitted. It is very important to check your email since there are so many events and due dates for the things you have to complete. And you do not need to join all the events at all, but please make sure you make most out of the events provided for you. On June 22nd, I got an email about all the things I have to complete before the first day of classes, which is late September. And just a heads up, those to-do lists are for my major, which is Design Media Arts, as known as DMA, and not all the majors have the same requirement. An example of the things that I had to complete was to sign up for new students orientation and submit my official transcript from my community college and complete the course substitutions requirement. This is only for the DMA major. To transfer your preparation courses from your community college, I needed to submit my course materials for DMA faculties to review. Each class is a case-by-case petition process, and I was asked to collect my official transcript, course syllabi, and project documentations for the classes I was hoping to substitute. Because each community college and institutions has slightly different curriculums or course titles, each student needs to identify which courses can line up with the learning outcome for the DMA undergraduate curriculums. For example, I took 2D, drawing, and colors for my community college, and this can be substituted to drawing and color at UCLA. Since there are constantly so many events and due dates are happening before the first semester, it became my routine to check my email at least twice a day. And I highly recommend you to make sure that you check your email constantly. Lesson 2. In this lesson, I will explain what I did during the orientation. You get to know which classes you should take during the orientation, and it is very important to attend orientations. My orientation was scheduled on the September 8th, which are 3 weeks before the actual classes start. And it was a whole day event from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Each student were put into the groups of 4 to 5 students in the same major, and there are 1 assistant student per group, which guide you through the whole day. My assistant student was a junior, and I heard that most of the assistant students were either sophomore or junior. They show you some videos during the orientation that are required to watch, and then you have few hours for yourself that you can jump into other Zoom sessions. During your free time, you will have a 20 to 30 minutes one-on-one session with your assistant students, and they'll tell you which classes you should take for your first semester. For my case, I took DESMA 10, Design Culture, and DESMA 101, Media Arts Introduction, and DESMA 25, Typography. DESMA 10 and DESMA 101 are lecture classes, and DESMA 25 is a studio class, which requires lots of time outside of your class. Since my assistant student recommended me to take only 1 studio class for my first semester, I took 2 lecture classes and 1 studio class. After that, they walk you through the whole registration process with you. Since everyone was on Zoom and I had the time zone differences, I did not join any of the events. Instead, I kept checking my emails and I joined the group chat for my classes through Zoom. Joining group chat and communicating with the future classmates made me feel less stressful because we all were feeling the same way. I filmed my whole experience on the week 0 in 2021 in person, so please check out my YouTube video if you want to know what to expect. During the orientation, I found it very important to pay attention to all the resources and videos that they provide, and also pay attention to the tips that my assistant student gave us. What I found it hard was to make friends. However, attending orientation helped me to prepare for the first semester at UCLA, and I highly encourage you to attend the orientation if you're wondering if it's actually worth to attend. Lesson 3. I will share my feedback on being a transfer student at UCLA so far. My key takeaway is to be proactive. It is very fun but overwhelming to be a transfer student on campus. From navigating your classroom to complete all your coursework, it's a very high-paced environment. However, there are so many events mostly provided by Transfer Center that you can make friends outside of your classroom. Checking Instagram helps you to get an idea of what types of events they provide. For example, on Instagram, UCLA Transfer, UCLA PV, Brand Commuters, UCLA CEC, those are good accounts to check it out for events. I made some of my early friends through those in-person events, and it is nice to connect with the other transfer fellows on campus. Joining the club is also very important, and I got recruited by Brain Entrepreneurs, and my experience has been amazing. Every Tuesday, we have a guest speaker who's an actual entrepreneur and running their business. Hearing their tips and advice is very inspiring, and after the talk, we get to exchange our contact. So it is a very nice opportunity to network as well. Most of the students at UCLA are very hardworking inside and outside of the classroom. So my tip for this lesson is to join clubs or communities beside what you study. In conclusion, there are so many tasks that you have to do before the first day of classes. So please make sure to check your email multiple times a day. And also, attending orientation is very important in order to prepare for those classes. Attending to UCLA as a transfer student is overwhelming, but also fun. Please make sure to use as many resources as you get provided. I hope you've enjoyed this class.